clearly the only advocate for North America still.
NA fans, you'll always have the bald eagle. That's all I got.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyloo up against Liquid, going down on Mirage. Now, we've heard their thoughts. Are you echoing the same sentiment here? Are you thinking this should be Liquids, but there's a chance for Tyloo to be random, I guess? I find it hard to put much, I guess, founded history in these guys to be able to do this every day of the week, but it's best of one territory. You know, Liquid could be on a bit of a downward spiral as such mentally after that bit of a kick in the teeth there. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, the close match aside, I mean, I think Liquid's looked much better at this tournament so far in these games than they have, you know, at recent times. It's kind of the frustrating thing. Like one event they come in, they just look like they don't know what they're doing. This event they've looked in and they've shown some good stuff. I mean, surprisingly, I'm going to stick with Liquid in this match, but I mean, definitely there's possibility for an upset potential here, and actually Hiko's going to have a tough time right now.
Yeah, Nitro's got a nice little position though on short, not going to be particularly pressured either, doesn't quite find somebody, but in the smoke the bomb is yet to go down, so the support can still come in from short. Hiko can find a nice little spot, maybe not. There we go, the backup will do the job. That's what you needed, Liege and Nitro to keep this one into check. Mo still got a bit of an opportunity and finds a Liege. Now down to 2, the bomb yet to be planted, a little bit of an awkward predicament they're left in to fight their way out, but Mo finds another one, but now 1v2, this is looking near on impossible. What is that? Pip goes down and now JDM's just going to dash out. 1 minute and 13 seconds. I don't understand how it's got to this situation here.
Yeah, this has gotten really awkward. Nice shots from Captain Mo. Unfortunately, he can't complete it. Yeah, a little bit aggressive on the retake. Liquid trying to just end that round pretty swiftly. Hiko, it's good play, stays alive, buys time. You could see Tyloo's trying to hunt him out. Unfortunately, he kind of swings into a fight that Tyloo's already taking towards Nitro on Catwalk and just walks into a bullet of his own. But overall, I mean, good pistol round. I mean, it all comes down to Nitro on Cat, right? I mean, he's the one that, while everyone's streaming in, he gets a couple free shots, he gets those pop shots, but still Liquid finds a way to make it interesting.
So now JDM going to go for the farm here. The Eagles are always a little bit of a deadly factor possibly at this point. You can't just kind of willingly peek into them every single time. But the nade's going to do well, and they know exactly where Tyloo are at this point. At least for now. There's not much real threat here, if I'm honest. Yeah,
and even one player coming out of A, I mean, that's fancy. He does find a kill, can't get anything more after that. So you could see kind of what they wanted to do. A lot of attention over towards mid for Liquid with all the bodies from Tyloo there, and they wanted to have that distraction to allow Fancy to come into A and see what he can do. And he does get one kill. But still, I mean, you shouldn't, if you're Liquid, you got to get out of this round with what you have. 4 players alive, don't take any more damage. Somebody's so incredibly low. And you can see even off Catwalk, just not going to peek until that flash comes out. JDM, he's there with the scout, but Nitro finishes it off. Pretty interesting as well. JDM's not a player who necessarily likes the scout, I feel like. You know, there are certain operas and there are certain players who love playing with the scout. And usually on this team, oddly enough, I see Pimp picking up the scout and JDM just kind of staying away from it. So he has it this round. Not a big issue, just bringing it up.
Thank you for that delightful point. Yeah,
just making conversation.
Just good stuff. I feel like we might be down to that sort of factor a lot throughout this game. If it goes the way that we've kind of considered, and as Dazed is just, you know, the god
tier. A hater. Just a hater.
The hater, exactly. Well, Fancy's going to give it another go, but the SMGs are going to reign supreme, and that's a lot of money being built up. Only one rifle on the board at the moment for Liquid, that's in Nitro's hands, not particularly being threatened either at this point. Now DD left alive, and while the bomb's down at ramp, so again, just looking for opportunities to maybe take something away, but at this point, for, well, 3 SMGs up in the scout, it's not exactly been a huge impact, but anything, I guess, at this point is a benefit for them. Yeah,
I'm wondering if maybe going in, I mean, this is kind of cool for Liquid because they don't lose anyone this round, so how many of these SMGs are going to keep it instead of upgrading? But it'll be interesting to see if Tyloo's going to run the same kind of idea on their T side, because these 2 eco rounds, obviously, like, the attention is on one place in the map, and they have a lurker in Palace one round, a lurker over towards those B halls one round, to see what they can do away from the action. It'll be interesting to see if Liquid is going to be mindful of that coming out on gun rounds as well.
Okay, so mid smoke goes down. And this is quite quick so far from Tyloo to look towards mid here. Quick flash in, and yeah, DD's going to go for a little bit of a faster play. And this looks quite similar to what we'd expect from Tyloo. This quite explosive style of just taking straight towards mid. They've got one over towards B and one towards A. And just a 1-3-1 essentially at this point. No one really playing into this yet from Liquid, not giving them too many chances. And a little bit of a nade will do a touch of damage towards attacker, but the big point here is Liege, and he's still got the MP9, and that's phenomenal to find DD with that. That's even better than expected, as he's done damage, he's found information, and he's been able to back away.
Yeah, I mean, using the mobility, once he spots him around the edge of the smoke, just making sure he's falling back and firing at the same time. Gets a little bit of lucky shots with that smoke, and now Captain Mo, he's the next one up. And yeah, Tyloo's got this mid control, but it seems like they don't really know what to do with it from here. Everyone's kind of stalled out. That Molotov is going to force Captain Mo forward. I think Pimp doesn't realize this quite yet. He's got to be very careful.
Got to have heard it.
This is timing. It actually doesn't work out for Captain Mo. And still no one in mid is applying pressure anywhere, so Tyloo just kind of getting stuck with the mid control they're given.
I guess at that point you were hoping that Mo, DD, someone, well not even DD, but Mo at that point could have maybe alleviated some of the pressure, but Elige again finds another with this MP9. This is phenomenal for money. They kept them over. We discussed how many of these would they keep here. They've upgraded one already. Pimp's got himself a nice AK. That's going to be taken away, but still, this is not the worst thing in the world. As long as they close out the round at this point, that's great for him. And Elige, what a round with the SMG here, building up bank, but it's down to Fancy in a 1v3. Bomb to hand at least. And yeah, he's got one player to take on A, but he doesn't know this. He has no real idea where everyone else is. He can make a good guess with 19 seconds.
Oh,
JDM.
no. Oh,
JDM, no, this suddenly becomes a little bit more interesting. And you can see the frustration on that man there. Fancy's going to be able to get the bomb down now. It's pretty tough to get his way out of this, but there's ways, there's means, and Fancy's looking for it. A quick look to the right, a quick look to the left, and, well, he spots them both, but by that point, it's far too late. Diffuse comes in, but that got a little bit worrying there.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe not worry. Yeah, the 1-on-2, you never want to be in that situation, but I mean, it's just kind of like they were in such a good position with the economy, with being able to upgrade these SMGs.
Look at Elige's money.
Yeah, I mean, he's rich. And he's going to keep an SMG into this next round. That's going to be against AK-47s again. But yeah, dropping down JDM, getting 3 kills in the round, all of a sudden Tyloo, they do some economic damage. It's not anything major, but I mean, at least they prevented like the massive swing of Liquid having free AK-47s and just having a massive amount of bonus money. So there's one disaster averted, but still a long way to go. And they've got to be a little bit more proactive once they have mid control. And Elige is going to face here with that SMG, and now he realizes it's against AK-47s. Got to play a little bit more passively.
And again, this kind of real tender towards taking over mid-control instantly from Tyloo. Very quick about it, don't really hold back much, but we haven't yet to see them really build as a collective towards either side, getting that real play. Individuals have stepped up. We saw it in the last round, a little bit dangerous there, but all in all, I want to see a little bit more.
I mean, the tough part now is they're in a similar situation as what they had in the previous round, and they have less utility used. They have 1 smoke and 1 flashbang. So how are they going to create something? Because it seems like now they're just giving up the mid-control they had. It seems like they all want to go back towards A, but they can't do an execute with only 1 smoke. That's on somebody. He has the bomb, and he's falling back from B right now. So they have DD in position to maybe flank up connector late during this hit, but it's got to be just gun battles 1. They've got to just bully their way into this site.
Pimp's just seen it all as well, or at least enough. He can do the flash over the ladder or just wherever he feels it can come from, buy a little bit of time, let the adjustment come in. Again, Elige's there, JDM is there. They have everything in the right place. So Molly's go in, and here you go. JDM spots him out. 2 at least came through there. He found Mo. The flash being light up by Pimp, doesn't use it yet. Now it will. Tetris is going to be completely and utterly blind. Well, not Sandwich, though. That's the one difference. Attacker can still break through, but by this point, the play's been read by Liquid. They have players in the right place, but it is a 3v2. And now just DD is left standing, and he was already splitting quite late through middle. And yeah, he's got a little bit of play here towards jungle, I guess, but by this point, bomb down where it is. I don't see much here really be able to happen for him.
Yeah, a really mismanaged hit as well. I mean, yeah, you don't have a lot of utility, but they didn't even use the utility they had. Somebody had a smoke that whole time, and JDM gets 2 kills from CT spawn. So that smoke is used. That's not a guarantee he's not going to find those kills. It's not a guarantee you're going to make your way into the site, but you know, if you're not using it, you're just not giving yourself a chance. So 3 seconds left. He's in a really awkward spot to try and save this, but I don't think Liquid's going to worry too much about hunting him down. JDM does find him there at the end, and that's heartbreaking because he's stuck on $50 in the next round.
Yeah.
And look, somebody has the smoke the whole time. Attacker even has a flashbang. He's coming up A ramp. He has the bomb, and then he's out in the open, and he gets picked off. So, yeah, the smoke and the flashbang are just not used that round.
And I guess if they'd used that smoke, there's like a 1 in 3 chance it goes to the right place, but you might as well. I don't know why you wouldn't, but you know, playing ahead of the smokes is all good and well, but by the time the whole play's been read, it's kind of beyond the point of it. And Elige, I don't think he's going to have to upgrade from this MP9 the whole time. It's just his new primary weapon. It's phenomenal. It's actually the best gun in the game here. And there you go. Better than the CZ.
Well, he's going to get dinked. He's at 1 HP. Yeah, he's been having a great time with the SMGs, and actually, I mean, he's still going for more. So 1 HP, not a problem for him. Nitro's even pushing up on Catwalk. He's going to respond on a DD. Captain Mo coming through. Nitro gets a pretty clean triple kill there at the end. So 6-0 very quickly for Liquid.
Yeah, this seems a bit of a spanking so far, but Tyloo now is a decent buy. They've got plenty of utility. They should have a good approach to the game. They should know what Liquid are bringing. This is a big round for them. They need to find a way back into this because they've been struggling so heavily to find any sort of play into these rounds. Initial picks haven't gone their way. Yep. They've had mid, sure, but they've not been able to find anything beyond that. Yeah, and now it comes down to, I mean, at least they have an AWP in Captain Bo, because Nitro has been getting frisky on Catwalk, and you can see here, he's very aggressive and challenging in window. So if they can find a pick with this kind of aggression with that AWP, there's some decent damage from the Molotov done onto Nitro. So, I mean, Tyloo's got to try and find something, because again, they have mid control, but do they have a plan of where to go this time? And I love the way Liquid is still playing so aggressively towards ramp. They've been doing this so often, it's been working out well until actually then, that's the first time we've seen something really hinder it. Mo finally breaks in. Normally Pimp has been stopping him doing anything through Palace, but this time it's going to put a lot of strain towards A. This could kind of create the opportunity they've been desperate to find through middle to hit and split towards that A side. One man still towards jungle. That being Pimp's going to actually work out pretty well for Liquid so far. Now Mo kind of isolated. Attacker can be flashed up and they miss each other, but Nitro aware of this but trades in. Now Fancy comes back, put it into this 3v3, but the bomb's still up by Delpan in mid, not really committed anywhere. DD stretching out towards B, but one player already going towards the B halls. This is a really weird round so far. Tyloo's kind of, I guess, right in the middle of things. They could cause an upset here, and this is one of them. Mo being able to find Pimp, opens up A, but where's that bomb going?
That's the kill. That's the kill that decides this round, because you look now, Liquid is pretty certain it's going to be an A hit, and actually the bomb's already in B. Nice flank from DD. That was so patient. He spotted Hiko a long time ago. So it's actually going to be a plant over towards the B bomb site. And that's the crazy thing. That round didn't seem like you really had any idea what Tyloo was doing until the very end. And they make it work. JDM not going to miss that shot, but he has really no option but to just save this AWP at this point. It's too far away towards the B site. I'm still not even sure he knows that it's planted at B quite yet. Oh, he's figured it out now.
He's there. He's like, no, I meant this the whole time. Let me pick up the MP9. That's for a Liege. I don't need the AWP, so it's fine. But no, he's going to be able to save this. I don't think anyone's going to chase that far. You got one towards connector, but I don't.
I mean, flat out, Tyloo doesn't have the money to chase
exactly.
at this point. You don't want to lose these guns. You don't have to rebuy 4 weapons if you have that kind of economic. Because look at what you're going against as well. They have to know that the money on the Liquid side is just so strong.
All right, so Tyloo, the one big buy they've had, that one massive budget with the AWP coming in, a little bit of everything, that's finally paid off here. And a couple of things going a little bit kind of curiously. Nitro did come out on top of that, but Fancy trading back in. But the really nice play towards B, the flex play towards B, just kind of created an opportunity they didn't seem to have before then.
The 2 kills from Captain Mo are huge. He wins him that round. He gets the opening pick, which they'd struggle with to find those early successes. And then in the 3-on-3, he gets another pick to give him a man advantage, but that also just pulls the defense off that B bomb site, which opens everything up for him. So big impact in that round from Captain Mo. They need more of that, and they need it consistently.
All right, 1-3-1 again coming in from Tyloo. Last round, they did get that mid control. They worked up through connector, but you said it. The picks coming in from Mo were absolutely vital to create those chances to actually get towards the sides. Again, gonna have to see if that happens. This time, JDM's gonna say no. Already Mo goes down. That's the all battle 1 out. JDM's having a pretty decent time for himself so far, being kind of a rock for Liquid at the moment, just consistently hitting these shots, consistently denying them those opportunities. And now 4 players left standing, looking towards taking some mid-control. No one's facing here. Liquid is saying, all right, you can take it. The deep side smoke towards connector's probably going to be coming through. It isolate anyone actually inside it. No one's actually there. Again, Liquid just going to be sitting towards these sides saying, well, you guys can come to us. We know you like to take mid. But really, we don't have to face it too much at this point.
Yeah, I mean, basically just telling Tyloo, you're going to be forced to do something with this mid control that we're going to let you have, because in the past, I mean, Tyloo hasn't really shown that they can build off of it. So now this is turning into a B split. So 3 players towards A. There's going to be 1 coming up, or 3 coming up catwalk, excuse me. 1's going to be in the tunnels, and now Hiko spots it out. He spots out 2. Can't win any of those fights. There's Nitro at range just with 1, but he gets stuck into a spray battle. JDM does take off one of the players from Cat, so alleviates some pressure. It's going to be a 3-on-2, and Elijah is already brought down low. He's got to wait for rotations. He can't really do a whole lot more.
Yeah, and this is a long time in the making as well. Pimp's going all the way around. JDM's going to finally make it towards kitchen. Somebody's got an angle. He spots out another towards the kitchen. So they kind of know there's at least still 1 player here, possibly more, but the big swing factor could be Pimp. Maybe he can make a difference to this one. These 2 players left for Tyloo, no utility. Decent positions, but not phenomenal. They don't have much aggression to this. You can see them trying to build back here. DD trying to get some sort of stance. Somebody being pushed out position, forced to face somewhere, but the flash doesn't work for the CT side. And now here we go. Suddenly DD comes alive, and it's down to the 1v1, and he wins it. Pimp falls. He could have maybe made a difference there, Pimp, but the timing was not with him, and DD will do what was needed. And finally, it looks like Tyloo have found a bit of a way back into this game.
Yeah, they've strung a couple rounds together. They still have some money to burn through on the Liquid side. Yeah, I mean, tough for Elise. Tries to face early on in that retake scenario and just gets brought down so low. So not a whole lot of opportunity for fights. I think actually JDM was blinded by Pimp's flashbang out the windows, which is a bit unfortunate. But a nice attempt at the retake. Still 1 last buy for the defense here, up 6-2. And obviously they don't want to get reset, because then that would really allow him back in. And Alicia's just going to face, but he can't win the fight. And Fancy, with the spray, recovers nicely. Another opening pick going the way of Tyloo.
This time not even Mo doing it. This time Fancy finding a bit of play there. To be fair to Liquid, they haven't been playing window all that often. They haven't been particularly facing it. They've been playing away from it. They've been leaving Tyloo to whatever they want to do throughout mid. First time that Alicia's really gone there to actively face. Fancy just absolutely wrecks him with that little bit of a spray there, leaving him on 24 HP, but plenty of utility still for Tyloo to play with here. And a fair bit of time left as well, but so little map control. They're just leaving it up in the air for Liquid. But again, if you're Liquid, would you really be pushing out too much at this point?
No, at this point in the round, in a 4-on-5, I think Liquid's going to be fine with the amount of utility they have and the amount and the AWP, especially on JDM. I think they're going to be willing to not make a play here, to just kind of sit back. You know, if there's going to be a look at the positioning on the minimap, they're playing a retake over towards A. Pimp is going to be in connector. JDM's there with the op at the top of connector. So they're just saying if they execute on this A site, get that one pick, and then play the 4-on-4 afterwards. That's kind of the ideal situation that Liquid's looking for here, especially considering Nitro's now going to push up on Cat. So there's going to be a little bit of a crossfire towards connector.
35 seconds. A lot can go wrong in that time. We'll see if it happens at the moment. DD not going to check. He gets punished. Pimp, they're going to try and leap him for more, but somebody waits patiently, gets the job done, and now Nitro needs to hit the shot, and he does. Now down to this 3v2. There's still a chance here for Liquid, and let's see if they can pull this one back. Now there's that plant. This is where they were hoping to be able to find maybe better odds for themselves, but left in this situation, it's still not ideal for them.
No, not at all. Hiko's going to have a big job to do. They do have the kits. They have 2 smokes as well, so they can actually block off Captain Mo. Looks like he's in Palace. He did win that duel with JDM at the top of the stairs. Yeah, Captain Mo is completely blocked off for that. So there's actually 2 players in Palace. Here's an opportunity for Liquid. They don't know this, but Tyloo's in danger.
All right, so there's one of the Goblin boxes as per Sponge's call. Smoke goes down. He goes to speed checking things out. He spots out one, but Nitro's there to trade. But the problem is these 2 players in Palace. What was going on there? There we go. Fancy comes out, deals with it in the last couple of seconds. Job done. Tyloo gets another on the board. This is suddenly becoming a little bit more interesting here. Tyloo's actually started to string these rounds together. The first one was like, okay, maybe, you know, bit of a bump in the road for Liquid. But now it looks like Tyloo actually started to wake up a bit here.
If Hiko gets that kill, I think Liquid wins this because he'll be able to block off Palace. That's really the worrisome peak. So, I mean, as that smoke fades, they swing out and just spam the smoke. But if Hiko's there as a distraction, that defuse probably goes through. Now look at this. They know finally it's going to be a save. So fast towards the bomb site. Pimp, he could sneak a kill in here. He could sneak a couple. There's the UMP. He gets 2. Can he get 1 more? Can he bring him back? No. Somebody shuts him down. And Hiko with the shotgun at this range, it's not going to be the most effective weapon.
No, it's not fun playing retake with this sort of thing. It's great if they go for the B hit. You are happy as can be, but you're stuck here. Not perfect, but hey, let's see if you can find something with this. It's a 2v3. You might as well give it a bit of a crack at this point. And, well, Tyloo, what was...
That was a nice dink.
Yeah, that was somebody around getting dinked down. Okay. And he goes up close. Nitro's found Mo, and now Hiko jumps up and gets it! And now it's somebody in a 1v2. It's not planted for him either. So Fall Diffuse is going to come in. Hiko is there, and it's job done. Absolutely sick work coming out from Hiko. But that shot from Nitro was massive as well. That opened the doorway, pretty much. That was the huge opener for them.
That's the kill, right? That's, I mean, Tyloo, 3 players in pretty good positioning. Just no one has eyes on Hiko sneaking into the site with a shotgun. So really well done, but good hold from Pimp to get those 2 kills. I mean, one was full HP, but he cleans up the other one. And then, yeah, awkward situation on the retake, even with the full defuse. So a little bit of a stumble there for Tyloo as they had strung 3 together, but it was never really convincing. Look at this buy they have to do now. I mean, three wins in a row, and a lot of them came down to 1-on-1s or 2 players alive. So, I mean, they're stuck with 2 UMPs and a Tech 9. This is not looking good.
No, it really isn't. And I think the early smoke towards short might just be give us a little bit of an image as to what they might be going for. Again, happy to take this fight towards window. Last time around, we did see Fancy spraying down towards Leash, winning that out, giving them chances. But Nitro still actively looking for this, but a player's already snuck through towards connector, and a great shot from DD is going to open up and kind of alleviate some of the pressure that was being held there through mid. But the response comes in from JDM, and now we're going back and forth, mostly to the hands of Liquid. Considering the buy from Tyloo, it's not too surprising at this point, and Hiko is the brick wall. He's not going to be moved at this point. He's locking down B. It seems as though it was maybe a pressure point for a little bit of time there for Liquid, but if Hiko starts hitting shots, you know he's going to be able to just wrap that one up.
And an important hold from Hiko as well on Catwalk, as Nitro had fallen in the ladder room, and now we're going to have a pause out of Tyloo, but Hiko was kind of caught in the open where they knew where he was, so his only real option, you can't just sit back on your heels and just play defense. You have to get aggressive in that, and couple peaks, couple wins. Big job, big well done job from him. Stumbled there a bit.
Nailed it. No, I don't know what to expect from this one so far. Again, it doesn't feel consistent from Tyloo. For me, it feels like they've had some really nice opportunities, some good opening picks here and there. Yeah. Mo playing well, but it's like they've strung together, I think it was like 3 in a row, and then it felt very flimsy. It didn't feel clean. But again, like the more exciting part for me is when they switch halves, if I'm completely honest. I want to see how predictable, as highlighted, Liquid can be on that T side, if Tyloo can actually exploit it. For me, that's the more interesting factor here, but so far it feels like Liquid are going through the motions, and they're doing just fine at it. Yeah, I mean, the tough part is no matter how predictable Liquid is going to be, you have to say, I mean, the power of entry that this team has with Nitro and Elige, with JDM with the AWP, they have so many more like varied options to open up rounds, and they have so much more consistency with their ability to open up rounds than I think Tyloo has. So it is still going to be very dangerous. I think Tyloo's got to get up towards like 6 if they want a chance in the second half. Well, DD believes. He's gone for that MP7, inspired by Elige, but Nitro, oh, this could be devastating. Can he do much with it? He finds DD. That was probably the only man who could actually maybe have done something about this one. Armor and a little bit of an SMG upgrade could have maybe made it a little bit more pressured for Liquid in this round, but at this point, it's looking a little unlikely, but you know, we'll see if they can find another way into this one. Maybe pressure be a little bit more, but JDM's had enough. He's getting tired of what Tyloo are bringing. He's going to just lock that one down already. Now, the two remaining players, again, pick your poison at this point. Where do you want to go? You got A, no information towards it, or B, or middle. You know, it's not looking so nice for Tyloo at the moment.
Yeah, all they really know is that they didn't want to go towards that B bomb straight through the halls. They'd eaten a nade, they had a Molotov. They know JDM's off, you know, in the A bomb site with that AWP towards Catwalk. So dangerous situations everywhere. Nitro didn't even hide that fact. Ooh, Leech spots the head there, Fancy, and he's going to take it off. But yeah, I mean, Nitro just, you know, balls to the wall with that MP9 pushing underpass. Wasn't even walking. Was just like, yeah, no, I'm coming. I'm still going to get the kills. And he finds out all that information as well. That's what kind of allows JDM from the A site to just confidently peek towards Catwalk. He sees all that info. And there's another one to clean off the round. So 9-3. 3 rounds left in the half. Tyloo's got to put, in my opinion, I think they've got to put all 3 on the board.
Yeah, they need to close down every single round remaining. Stand a good chance considering, yeah, okay, Liquid did pick up the pistol and they ran with it, but, you know, Elige was a monster with an SMG for several rounds as well. It's been pretty taxing for Tyloo. Once they got that big buy, they're able to do something, but it's not been pretty. It's been Liquid in control here. So Tyloo needs to take back those reins, and it looks somewhat like an A hit, but only 2 smokes unless they put one out pretty early here. So one with Fancy, one with Mo. And I'm curious what they're going to be able to do to try and define this site to work in their favor. It's
going to be all about timing since Elige and JDM are over towards Connector. Now they see the smokes coming over. Is Liquid going to respond in time? They've already rotated back. This could be a nightmare scenario. That flash. Yeah, that flash down. Oh, he's completely blind. This is tough for him. Elige now in the open. He finds one.
But he's still been not spotted at all. He's right amongst them. Great flash comes in, but he's just confused, dazed almost, and Fancy will find him in the end. It's a 3v3. It's a messy one at that, but at the end of the day, the bomb's in a really awkward spot. Now, of course, I don't know if Liquid know this yet. They probably aren't fully aware where this is at the moment, but they're going to find out pretty soon why that bomb's not being planted. And already Nitro is going to find one right around the back, instantly going on that sort of play, but Attacker replies in kind. Now down to this 2v2. Hiko's fancying the peak, and he's going to find it perfectly, exploiting the timing, trying to catch Tyloo mid-play, and now Mo left in this 1v2. Plenty of utility with the CT side as well. He's got to get the bomb. He's got to try and isolate one of these players, try and bring this back down to a 1v1. Possibly he's going to have the chance at it, but Nitro, just a little bit quicker on the trigger and a little bit better at the shot, will define the end of this round. So that, again, there was so many just weird factors in that round. Pimp able to stay alive so long, just smothered in Tyloo. It was just
he was repeatedly blind. That had to have been a frustrating round for him. Just he had like 2 seconds when the flashbangs were up to find something to kill, and then he's just blind again. But yeah, he gets one. That's the thing. I mean, the smoke he throws at the top of A ramp. Once again, I mean, it's just slowing tactics for the Team Liquid. And by the time Tyloo actually makes it to the site, they're out of utility. You know, the rotations are already over there. I thought it was a good read by Fancy. I don't know if he was reading the situation or trying to adjust position for a post plant, but coming back through T-spawn, trying to go towards mid and Nitro on the flank, I mean, that would have been a huge battle to win, because that would have opened them up to go back towards B.
Yeah, it could have changed a massive amount for them there, but it is what it is. But Fancy's going to find Elige to start with. So again, that battle going a bit of a curious way, but Hiko's got possibly a bit of an idea going down here, but Pimp's being tagged? What? Where is Fancy finding these kills? He's just being the one-man kind of Rambo over here. So he's got himself a nice little gun. He's going to pop back over now. He can pass that off to his teammates if he fancies it, but I think he wants to keep it all for himself. Why not? So somehow they've got themselves into a 5v3 situation at this point. Now, JDM's pushed up ramp, so he kind of knows, well, so far there's nothing coming my way. Nitro's still playing over my short, so he's relatively safe, but again, for how long is the matter here? Because there's still 3 players lining up at the top of mid, and it looks like possibly a B split so far.
If I'm Zeus, I'm angry with these pushes from Pimp and Elige. I'm saying this is basically your tournament life on the line. Why are we doing these pushes in an anti-eco? Now in a 3-on-5, like, still, I mean, still they have an advantage, especially considering the read of the defense right now with Hiko and Nitro both here. There's a nice nade.
Just to confirm it in case you needed more evidence.
Yeah, right? But I mean, it is going to be a B hit, and they have 2 players here, so they might luck out and get away with this, but I mean, these are risks that do not need to be taken. Nitro, oh, that was dangerous, and actually, he's pretty low. If Captain Mo can get this kill quickly, he'll find himself in a 1-on-1 with JDM, and his health doesn't matter against an AWP.
All right, 1v1. Let's see what you got, Mo. You've been doing some big work here, to be fair, for his side, but the problem is the bomb's in a really tricky spot, so you go all the way back, pick it up, and now, to be fair to JDM, he can get to a position that's a little bit more, I guess, ideal for him. So he's up close personal. Mo doesn't expect it, and there he is. JDM does not waste time. He's not going to play that one passively. He's going to get in there and expect what was coming his way. So he's going to close that one down for Team Liquid, and again, taking the stride in the right direction. But this round, so Fancy. Okay, that's
fair enough.
You can't
Fair
do
play to
much about
Unleash.
that.
Fair
There you
play to
go.
Unleash.
That's just how it happens. But I actually like that from Mo. He kind of jumped up towards the balcony, baiting out the shot there as well, allowing it to actually come through. But it doesn't equate to much when you're 11-3. At this point, you need rounds, not close, kind of closed out factors that go the other team's way.
Yeah, and if theorizing, if I'm the coach of Liquid, if I'm Zeus, I actually would have called a timeout there and just been like, this last round, like, let's everyone just focus in, get this last round, get to 12. Yeah. Do not want to be eliminated by giving up a round and giving Tyloo a little bit more breathing room. Let's make sure we close this out at the end. Keep your foot on the pedal. All the different, stereotypical things that you say as a coach.
Just those nice inspirational words. He looks up Twitter, gets the coach's inspirational quotes out.
Coach quotes.
That's the one. We'll see how well that works out. I can imagine on the half there will be a couple of conversations coming down just purely of the fact that you don't lose those sort of rounds. You don't let them get that close. And now it's down to 2 for the T side, and it is looking a little bit dire in this round. But DD's got a bit of play here. But JDM, I think, is possibly understanding what's happening, but he won't expect the second player. Nitro still waited, and now Mo left in the 1v3. He's done well so far as an individual, but an individual can't win you much more than that. So Liquid closed down pretty well on the half, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, that defense eventually got suffocating. Minus a few hiccups, it was really, really well done. JDM, I thought, had a really good half of the AWP, and obviously Nitro, big impact for Liquid here.
I've got to say it, though, a couple of issues throughout this game, though. Liquid still not looking flawless, but enough to get these rounds on the board, and that's all you need to know. Fancy hitting some good shots. Captain Mo getting a little bit dangerous, but Liquid, at the end of the day, keep an astounding lead. And let's see if they can do it in the end, in the next half. (12-3) on the half so far. Liquid coming out of the gates looking pretty solid. And, well, Tyloo yet to really find, I guess, a run of good rounds together. Struggling to really make that kind of consistent impact throughout that first half. And I don't know if 3 rounds is really going to be enough to be able to stave off the walls of Liquid now. Yeah,
I don't think it will be. And especially, I mean, even if I would agree with Daze in the sense that Liquid's going to be predictable in this half. Yep. The question isn't necessarily, are they going to be? It's going to be, is Tyloo good enough to have the awareness of how to exploit that predictiveness?
Well, this is the thing.
Predictability.
Yeah, a lot of great teams do things that you can know about. You can watch a demo, you can understand what it entails, you can understand the theory crafting, but whether or not you can stop it is the next big thing. A lot of teams knew exactly how Fnatic liked to play certain maps in their heyday, but could you stop Olofmeister in his best form? Again, it may not be quite the same comparison to the form that Liquid are in, but again, if you look at it on a one-to-one basis here, the likes of, as you highlighted before, the entry power they possess is still strong, but somebody in a very nice position, but he is going to have a flood of of Liquid coming his way. 3 players still to face off. He finds 1, that's JDM down, and everything has been gathered in the form of information. But that bomb surely will be planted very, very soon, and Liquid are on a tear.
Yeah, this is nice. Even Pimp pushing up. He does get taken out after that initial kill, and now here comes the retake. Very quick, at least from DD. He's already out. And does Liquid have eyes on this? Nice shot from Captain Mo. What else are they going to do? Alish finds one more. There's Captain Mo again with the pistol. He was phenomenal in the first half pistol, and he is here again. Triple kill from him on the retake, and Tyloo starts this out with the win.
That's absolutely massive for them as well. Credit to Captain Mo. This guy's been one of the players who's turned up individually. I don't want to say it echoes throughout the side, but in rounds like this, in pistol rounds, it really does make a huge difference. This guy almost did it on the first pistol round as well. Somebody saw it all at this point, to be fair. So, of course, they knew it was coming. But for Captain Mo to just hit these shots,
that shot is disgusting.
That's gorgeous sort of play coming out from him. And then, again, perfect adjustments throughout. That's going to keep Liquid maybe a little humble here. Kind of keeping in the mind, okay, yeah, we were at 12-3, now it's 12-4. It opens up windows of chances. And look at the difference in purchases here between Tyloo and Liquid.
Yeah, well, with the plant in the first round, Tyloo knows what's coming next. They know it's going to be that third round buy with AK-47. So the big danger here, I mean, Liquid doesn't really have a whole lot. They have some P250s, but no nades. So, I mean, Tyloo just has to avoid taking too much damage. And that's a nice double kill from Fancy. I can see you cringing. I know it got a little dicey there for a moment, but nobody falls. So all 5 rifles into the next round, and they'll be able to have plenty of utility. So it's basically a full buy for Tyloo.
It always terrifies me, peaks like that, because you understand the logic that, for one, if you're shooting down on someone, instantly the head hitbox is the first thing you'll meet, but again...
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
In theory.
Valve. But again, though, when you're only peeking and they can only see your head, there's always that just, like, I always get that feeling that, of course, that P250 shot's going to land, you know what I mean? Like, it's CSGO now. But here's that buy we were discussing, or you brought up, the fact that you know it's going to be coming, so again, looking at what now Tyloo have, they've at least got some utility to kind of supplement what they had previously in the form of the weapons they went for, but Liquid going to go for something a little bit quicker. No, okay, they slowed down. I thought Pim was just going to try and dive in towards connector then, but just kind of slides away, shows a little bit of play towards mid, but DD's going to look for an just nice. Runs in. Just, you know, the elephant play. Just pile in and hope for the best. And Alish will greet that with a smile. Happily sitting there by Delpan, just waiting for someone to peek maybe further back. But little do you expect someone to just face there from short. I'm
interested to see how this round is going to play out, because there used to be, on the old Cloud9, when Hiko was on Cloud9 playing against them, whenever you saw Hiko in the A halls and then Palace, you knew the hit was going to be at the A bomb site. It was like 100% of the time. Hiko and Palace, A hit is coming. So, you know, my team had the idea that you peek in A halls delayed just to get that information. If he's there, then we start to rotate. So now we see Hiko here again. It's a completely different team, obviously, but it still looks like they're lining up for an A hit. So this is something that Tyloo in the future, if they notice it, that can be a read. That can be a tell here for Team Liquid.
Well, Liquid... not exactly unknown for having tells, but it's stopping it, it's hindering it. Somebody makes a really nice play, bit of timing working out in his favor, just finding Pimp there, but it will close in a little bit what the T-side's trying to do. Attacker can now find Hiko, that's big! And now the shutdown trying to come in, but Alish still has play here. Cutting off somebody is massive. Fancy tries to take a quick shot, but that's the power of Alish. Absolutely beast play from him. Okay. Just turreting around, that's 4 kills that he found in a situation you wouldn't normally see that.
What a monster. I mean, especially the presence of mind. That flashbang he throws isn't for him, that's for his teammates. That's to blind the player in the A bomb site over towards a ticket booth over by CT spawn stairs and allow his teammates to either aggress upon the site or push towards jungle, whichever one they wanted. So to have the presence of mind to throw that when you're like mid-battle and then win the fight anyways, that's good stuff from Alish.
That's the Alish that everyone was starting to see, you know, and that's what they want to see here from this guy, and hopefully we can see more of them throughout this tournament at this point. If he gets towards that sort of form, we can see that strung together, that'd be absolutely sick. And again, the money here for Tyloo is disastrous. It's pretty poor. You got a CZ, 5-7 UMP with Fancy. And already, you got Liquid just showing dominance throughout mid. Again, looking pretty solid so far. Molly going to go in, allow Alish up towards ladder room, but JDM's found attacker already. So again, everything working in their favor. Fancy tries to make a quick play towards Cat, maybe try and catch someone off, but it's all predicted, all accounted for, and Liquid just close out another round cleanly as well.
Yeah, really nicely done. Nitro having a big game, 26-9. Alish, that duo, it's powerful. 20 and 12 for Alish, and JDM not far behind at 18. He had a very, very good first half with the AWP. 14-5. And now pretty much every round from here on out is a buy for Tyloo. No matter what they can afford, they're going to have to put rounds on the board before, I mean, Liquid gets up towards 15. So they have to go on a massive run here, and it might not be looking too likely.
5-man through mid. Why not, Liquid? Just do it.
They heard Dave's pregame. They're like, what'd you say? Predictable? Nah.
They're going to go full Tyloo style, just 5-man mid, let Elysian Nitro off the leash, and it's going to work. Fancy goes down, Mo's going to peek into it, there's JDM this time instead. Somebody now wants a piece of the action, he's just going to walk right into Elysian, and you can't do that, you can't just walk into these guys, they're feeling good at the moment, they're on that hot streak, they're feeling the game, and it's working out so well for them. And Liquid here have full play towards the map, they've got everything they want, they know that B's looking pretty sparse for players, so why not go towards it? Bombs there, leaving Hiko towards the top of mid, denying that rotate aspect that maybe could have come in for Tyloo, and DD an attacker, you've got to be left reeling off the back of that.
I mean, they just want to find a way to save, man. Like they just want to get out of here. And I mean, they're going to stick together and they're going to find Hiko. He does get 1 kill. Now they know where the other one is, and all the little orange dots on the minimap are going to converge on middle. Attacker has so much to do, and he just gets dropped.
Yeah, and there's that 15th round that we were just kind of waiting to possibly see going up here. Just look at this play, straight up looking for fights, like so aggressively wanting to find them.
That's the thing. This isn't even necessarily tactical I mean, in any way. It's just, you know, focus on getting the kills, focus on trading, let the star players have a lot of freedom. You know, don't get bogged down in trying to be a little bit too strategic. And it's working out. Obviously, Elysian in the second half, he's having a huge impact. I mean, they already had a big lead, but as a terrorist on this side, he's really pulling him over the finish line here.
Yeah, and Tyloo are getting absolutely broken in this round as well. They've got 4 UMPs, a scout. It's not particularly pretty to hold this one back from, especially when Liquid are doing what they did before, this very aggressive, very kind of all-encompassing mid-take where they're just right in their faces, looking for those peaks, actively trying to find the opponent. JDM, they're just looking around, just hoping maybe wants to connect it still. They're taking a lot of damage for this, though, and it will open up a chance for Tyloo to at least close down some of these. But you just pointed out something interesting here. Attacker has found room to work. I guess that 4 or 5-man play towards mid has finally been read, and there you go. You can only feel the game for so long and kind of pull off these rounds.
Well, and that actually only works because the rest of Tyloo got passive. They just stopped exposing themselves to danger, and part of that is because Captain Mo at 18 and DD at 15, they had to play passively. So some of that damage may be helping out a little bit. There's Nitro and Hiko. This round's not over quite yet, as we know these guys can create things in these kinds of situations. And this is generally where Tyloo kind of falls apart in these late round, in the mid-round situations when, you know, players have already fallen, they have to decide where to rotate.
And between these two players, you know, Hiko's not been having a big game, but he's the player you want in clutches more often than not. He is so good at these on a regular basis, and Nitro is having one of those hot games already, so he's having a big performance here. But 3 players to find in good positioning as well for Tyloo. You got 1 player, I think that's Attacker up in the B apartments, yeah. So he can just sit here and play information if he wants to, but I can imagine they should check this. Like, even if it's just a peek towards it for a second, we'll see what they go for. They've got 20 seconds, so they might have to just pretty much rush this one. And there it is, Attacker gets a nice shot, and now Hiko's looking a little worse for wear. Down to 16 HP, but he knows where Attacker is, but he doesn't know where Fancy may be, and he's desperate for him to peek, begging him to do it. Hiko, what? What was...
Yeah,
sorry, can we...
Not the best plant spot.
Not the best.
But, I mean,
not
also at the point, I think Hiko's thinking at that point, you know, 10 HP, just make sure you die before the timer runs out. That's more than likely. He's just saying, force him with that plant to actually peak.
I'd hope so. Yeah. I'd hope so. There's got to be something.
That
I believe in
said,
Hiko. I believe in Hiko.
That being said, if he plants against the other box, he probably dies and gets the plant. So, you know, take from that what you will. Yeah,
we'll revisit this. 15-6 though. The point being, it's left an open, a tiny gap in the window, maybe for Tyloo to at least possibly get a respectable scoreline out of this for 1-for-1, and maybe look to cause a little bit of a further issue. But Liquid aren't going to ease off the brakes at all. Look at these guys, or the gas pedal, should I say. Look at this. They're just going straight out. 3 players through Palace. Didn't even check ramp. It gave Attacker a small chance there, but he only finds 1. Can't really find much more from it. No one else really by A to supplement what he was trying to do. And now DD and somebody just almost burning alive there. He had to almost go for this one. And here we go. Trying to work off the back of flashes coming in for him, but the faces are coming out. And Liquid closed down comfortably in the end. Not looking stressed out on their T side here. It got a little bit close, but a 16-6 scoreline at the end of the day is still a solid result for Liquid.
Yeah, that T side